Yo, what's up, bro? I just got out of the gym. I'm sorry for the setup. I'm in my car. But look, this video is not for entertainment purposes, but if you watch through this, you're going to be able to learn how to, get in shape. Like I lost over 100 pounds and I've kept it off for over 5, 6 years. And I just want you to skip the 5 and 6 years of my struggle, and I just want to put it into videos like for a little guide for you to follow. And pretty much like I've been through every single diet. I've tried every single diet in the book. Carnivore, keto, paleo, if it fits your macros, doing like the stupid ass anabolic recipes that you see on TikTok. I tried literally everything. I've been through like eating disorders, I've been through bulimia, eating disorders. I feel like with those diets, you have to be so locked in. And like, if you, like for me, at least for me, when I would be so locked in and I would fall off just a little bit, I would self sabotage myself. And that's when like the binge eating would start. And that's when I would just feel like guilty all the time, right? And I feel like that type of diet really gets boring because you don't have nothing to look forward to. And I didn't like that. Like I'm still a fat kid at heart. I like to enjoy life. I like to have fun. I like to, go out to eat to new restaurants. I like to just be free. I like to feel like a normal person. I don't always want to be so locked in. Like you don't really have to, like, what I'm trying to say is you kind of have to be nonchalant about it. You can't take it that serious. You have to be serious in order to not take it that serious, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I want to just walk you through this little guide, this little blueprint that I literally do to this day, that has allowed me to, stay like feel amazing, stay in shape, get like I'm currently bulking. I'm not trying to lose fat anymore, but I feel amazing. My energy is always high. Like this diet, I feel like it's really boosted my testosterone for my guys out there. Like I feel like I look older for my age. A lot of people say I look older for my age. I'm 21. You know, I've I cleared up my skin. I feel like my hair is like grows really fast, really healthy, and I feel like I never get sick, bro. I just feel amazing all the fucking time, and it's because of my diet. I'm gonna walk you through my diet. I'm gonna walk you through how I still enjoy myself like once, twice a week, and I still stay in shape. I still can get in shape. I just learn how to manipulate my food and my exercise, and this is what I found this to be the most sustainable method for me personally, because it's just an all around great method. Just following the 90-10 rule. I'm gonna walk you guys through this. Like I said, it's not for entertainment purposes, but if you're serious about locking in and changing your life, watch this video, come back to it when you feel like you're feeling a little lost. And I hope this helps. I hope you could take something from it. And yeah, let's just get into it. Yo, what's up, bro? I hope you enjoyed that little intro. Like I said, this video is not going to be a entertaining video, but if you just stick through, I promise you're gonna learn everything that you need to know to get in shape, stay in shape forever, and also enjoy life and not be like this gym cell or like this super locked in. Like obviously, you have to be serious in order to not be serious, but like how I do it, my approach is like I'm serious, but I'm also like you do it like nonchalantly, and it's like I hate when I just do not want to strive to be a gym rat. That's not what I strive to do, but I really just want to be healthy. I want to look good, and I also want to enjoy life. If that feels like you, and maybe you've been struggling, then stick to this video. I promise you, I'm gonna give you exactly what I do, like to this day. I want to sell you the dream, like it says right here. Okay, look, this is just me right here. This used to be like me when I was like 270 pounds. Just for some credentials, if you're in case you're like, who the fuck is this guy? I was like 270 pounds, and this was me at my leanest. This was a few years ago. I've built more muscle than this now, but just to show you guys, and this is like a little bit more recent, but I just cut my hair. I'm just obviously growing up into a young man. I just didn't feel like the long curls were suiting me anymore. You know, this picture right here. This is like the big mistake that I made. I became skinny fat because this was how I looked when I initially first lost weight. I was just fucked up because I didn't only lose fat, I lost muscle because I was just running my ass off. I was doing everything completely wrong. I was binge eating, I was just over restricting. I thought cardio, and no lifting weights, no protein. I thought that was the answer. I just was really lost right here. But I eventually figured it out, and then I got to this. This was like me at 165. I was pretty lean, pretty small here. And keep in mind, I'm like 6'2" or something like that. So
Yeah, this is just me as well. Like more recently, I'm not saying I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not saying I'm super jacked, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to staying, like getting in shape and staying in shape forever. Obviously, I'm still building myself every single day. Like I'm on a bulk right now. I'm trying to get more jacked so I could help you guys out with that eventually. When I feel like I have the credibility to talk about that when I'm big enough. But let's just go over the mindset, the mission mindset. This you have to feel you have to have the mindset of being on a mission like every single day. This is a mission. This is going to be very difficult in the beginning. You're creating someone that has never existed out of thin air. Like if you imagine the person that you daydream all the time of, like if you're anything like me when I was fat, I would always be daydreaming about myself in the gym. I'd always be daydreaming about certain scenarios, like me getting that girl, like me just feeling confident, me filling out like the shirt, filling out the sleeves in my shirt, like little things like that. That person does not exist, and of course, it's gonna be hard to get there. Like it doesn't exist. Like you were creating it out of thin air, so expect it to be hard. It's okay. Look, the tornado of momentum is gonna be your best friend. It's just anger and obsession. Most likely, you're watching this and have made very little to no progress. Getting a giant boulder to move sucks, but once you get it downhill, it seems effortless. And what I'm trying to say, bro, is yes, in the beginning, just retouching there, it's gonna be hard, but I promise you, once you get the ball rolling a little bit, once you start having a little fun with it, and you just kind of you get into like this, you're gonna become like a well-oiled machine. It's not even gonna feel like you're dieting, or it's not gonna even feel like something that you like dread every single day. It's gonna be just part of you. Like that's what needs to happen. Like it's gonna become way easier. Like you're gonna get stronger, and it's just gonna like mentally stronger to withstand all this. And I promise you, it's not gonna be that bad, bro. Anger, it's okay to be angry about your situation, but learn how to channel those emotions to then recycle them and use them to feed the fire towards your goals. Pocket the L's. I like to, anytime, bro, like I work full time, I work 50 to 60 hours a week. And anytime some bullshit happens at work, or, I get in an argument with my girl, or, just life happens, I have learned how to channel like the energy really well, like pocket the L, like I put in my pocket for later. I'm like, okay. And when I don't feel like showing up in the gym, or when I'm just feeling like a not motivated. I'm not feeling up for it. Like I don't want to hit the gym. Like okay, I take the L's out of my pocket and I use them. Like I recycle them. I recycle that energy and I put it into good. Because if you think about it, bro, let me give you a quick analogy. Let's say you have a cup of water. I was just eating, so let's say you have imagine you have a bottle of energy every single day. Okay, and let's say you're doing good all day. You're good all day. Midday strikes, and you can see this is half empty. Midday strikes, and this is right here is when you start to feel tired. And you're like, man, I don't know if I should go to the gym. I don't know if I should continue to eat healthy. This energy is still here, regardless if you make a bad decision or not. If you make a bad or good decision, this is going to be poured into either cup, the good decision or the bad decision. So like this energy, regardless, is going somewhere. So why not just put it into the good cup, even though it might suck, and like it might suck going to, like for me, it still sucks going to the gym after a 12, 14 hour shift. But I know I have all this energy still, even though like my feelings are taking over. Like you just have to ignore your feelings. I know that this energy needs to go somewhere, and might as well just kill two birds with one stone. And just, even though it doesn't feel the best, it's not the most pleasant, put it into the best decision cup. Fill that cup up all the way, because the energy has to go somewhere. Like I said, make sure to not let anger take over, because it'll cause you to self sabotage yourself. Because I remember, like, I'm literally imagining myself in my shoes, like back in the day. I would be so upset with my situation, but like I would let it take over me. I wouldn't learn how to channel it, and I would just like use it as an excuse, instead of using like the shit that would happen in my life as a reason to keep going. I wouldn't leverage it. I wouldn't learn how. I didn't know how to leverage it, and until I learned that, I promise you, once you start leveraging the shit that's going on for you and realize that this is the motivation right here. This is what is gonna keep me going. Like once you realize that, you grab onto every little thing that you can, and you recycle that shit, and you like fucking blast it like anime, how they do that shit. You fucking just blast it to your goals. That's how it should be. Obsession, okay? Well, I don't want to go do that down too low. Obsession. When people start thinking you're crazy or doing too much, you've arrived, okay? Whether that's heating up your meal prep at work or school, hitting the gym after a 12-hour shift, or weighing every last bit of food to the gram. Relentless is the word. Relentless is the word. Do whatever it takes to get your shit done. With having nothing to lose and everything to gain, why not bleed a little bit? Okay, bro, what I'm trying to say here is, when I was 300 pounds, I felt like I was in a rat race, okay? And everyone around me was just okay with being in this rat race. They were okay with eating junk food. They were okay with not hitting the gym. They were okay with not, doing anything for their body, for their health. Eating mindlessly, not like looking at the ingredient list, not looking at the nutrition label. And I was like, bro, there has to be more to life than this. Like I want better for myself. I don't want to be average because the average human is fat and broke in America. And I don't want to be that. And I wanted more for myself. And, I started going above and beyond. I started doing the extra mile, and people would just always be judging me, especially when I was fat. Like I would be going the extra mile, waking up before school, going on runs. I bought a treadmill. I saved up and I bought a treadmill and I put it in my house. I would wake up my whole family just walking and running on the treadmill before school every single day. And to them, I was doing the most, but that was just me building this brand new person that I wanted to be. And you kind of have to ignore what people are saying, and you just have to trust every time that you show up for yourself, no matter how tired you are. You're trusting, the plan that you have built in your head. You're trusting the vision. Only you're gonna see the vision. No one's gonna show up for you. No one's gonna eat the healthy meals for you. No one's gonna go to the gym for you. No one's gonna, show up when it's hard. Like it's all on you, right? Like relentless is the word. No matter what happens, you have to get that shit done. That's the mindset that you have to have. If not, then you're gonna fail. Like at the end of the day, you need like a good sense of grit and just like fuck this shit. Like I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Dieting for dummies, okay? Let's define a good diet. The perfect diet doesn't exist. Everyone is different, but a good rule of thumb for food is it being a single ingredient or very minimal ingredients. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly one, but just if let's say you buy something that's like everything in the ingredient list is like a clean food, then that's fine too. Seed oil free and isn't man made. Okay, so just stay away from processed junk. Just eat shit that you just came from the earth, that God created on the earth. Meats, fruits, some vegetables, just shit like that. Nuts, shit that comes from the earth that makes you feel amazing. It nourishes your body. It's super nutrient dense. That's why healthy food, right? The 90-10 rule. Remember that you're human. You will screw this up, but the last thing we want for you is to be stuck on last night's cheat meal, causing you to be blindsided by what's in front of you. What I'm trying to say about this, bro, is I tried so many diets. I've tried, being like super locked in, like David Goggins, trying like the carnivore diet, the keto diet, but it's just not realistic. Like if you want to have a life like I do, it's not realistic because you're always gonna have, date nights. You're always gonna have a night out with your boys. You're always gonna have a night out with your friends. You're always gonna have a night out with your mom, with your family, and it's kind of selfish to just sometimes it's okay to let loose a little bit as long as you know how to control yourself. It's kind of selfish to like be so caught up on something that doesn't like it matters, but it really doesn't matter, bro. Like when my mom cooks home cooked meals, I'm not gonna give that shit up because my mom. I don't know how long my mom's gonna be here, and I love her cooking. So every time my mom cooks, and I always eat her food. Like it doesn't. It's not that serious sometimes. Okay, there's bigger things than just fitness, and that's what I'm just trying to get you to understand. Like 90% always clean, and that 10% it's fine, bro. Like you can't beat yourself up about it because when I would be so over restrictive, anytime I would fall off a little bit, I would self sabotage and I would be like, all right, well, everything, throw it the fuck at the window. Or let's just binge eat. Let's get all my cravings out the way, and that's when shit started to go downhill. The main 90, which is like your healthy foods, the main 90. Keep it simple. Aim for 3 solid meals daily consisting of protein, fiber, carbs, and fats to result into a hunger crushing combo. This will allow you to be full throughout the day. Obviously, make sure these 3 meals keep you in a caloric deficit. If you don't know how to do that, just go on your search tab, search in TDEE calculator, put your information in, and it should give you your calorie deficit number. Obviously, you need a food scale, you need to weigh everything out. I can make a separate video about that. But, you want to make sure that you're filling up your diet with these real foods. And I'm going to give you some examples here down below. I promise you, real foods are going to make you feel more like nourished, they're just more nutrient dense. Your body's just going to react to them better. They're going to absorb them a whole lot better. Like your gut health is going to be, at 100%. It's just gonna feel like you're a well-oiled machine instead of eating like some like bullshit like anabolic recipes with a bunch of like 10 grams of like fucking sweetener and just protein powder and white bread like French toast. Like I don't like eating like that because yes, it will fill your stomach up, make you feel full, like physically full. But when I find myself eating like empty calories like that, when it doesn't really have no nutrition behind it, I would always be hungry. I wouldn't be fully satiated because I feel like there's nothing that can satiate you like a nutrient dense diet. And I'm gonna show you guys below. Include one. Look, these are the snacks you can have before the gym. You can have a snack like that's just straight carbs. I like to have like rice cakes, bananas, and honey before the gym, just like a little snack, and that shit just gets me carved up a little bit. It just replenishes my liver glycogen to just allow me to just push through my workout and have like a good workout where I'm pushing myself hard because obviously building muscle is super important. Don't think that you can get away without building muscle. Even though your goals aren't to be a bodybuilder, just fuck it. You have to build muscle, bro. I promise you, it's gonna help you stay in shape forever. It's literally gonna allow you to burn more calories at rest, like without doing anything. Now, why would you not want that? And obviously, you're gonna look a whole lot better. And then another snack you can have, like an optional snack for when like things get rough and you're like hungry. Like for me, sometimes I get hungry at work, and usually I fast in the mornings. But like my protein snack that I have is like I'll just buy some hard boiled eggs sometimes from the gas station, or I'll buy like some beef jerky called Chomps. It's just straight like protein. It's just grass fed beef jerky. And like sometimes you just get a little bit hungry than other days. You're just a little hungrier than other days. Okay, but this is like the main foundation. Okay, if you follow this, you'll be good. You'll be solid, and just hold on. I'm gonna get into the fun part of it where you have the balance. Okay, these are just some examples for your protein. Read this through: big yogurt with protein powder, carbs, potato, sourdough. Just read through all this. The fats are they're kind of confusing. This means just avocados or avocado oil. This means nuts or peanut butter. Obviously, when you're buying this stuff, if it comes in a package, look at the back of the package, look at the nutrition label, make sure that it's just simply what it says it is. Like sometimes on peanut butters, you'll find that it has a bunch of dumbass ingredients. If you're gonna get some, literally just the nut, pause, like the nut name and like maybe some salt or something like that. The other 10, okay? The other 10%. Balance is a skill that must be practiced and sharpened. You must learn how to incorporate off-planned meals without self-sabotaging after. This was one of my biggest struggles, bro. I always knew that I wanted to like implement some sort of balance, but every time I would try to balance it, like I would just completely fall off and binge eat. And I'm gonna give you like a few mental cues so you can just like realize that like it's gonna be fine. You could just stop there. Like it took me a long time, but it took me a lot of practice to get to where I am now, where I could just stop and not binge eat and just be okay with not being absolutely so full all the time. So you have to just completely lock in 6 days out of the week, and then pick one day to just let loose. Okay, my day is usually Saturday. Let loose does not mean having a whole cheat meal. It just means letting loose from your locked in routine and just feeling like a normal person and just actually being present in the moment, enjoying your family, enjoying your girlfriend, enjoying your friends, whatever it may be. Maybe just a random ass craving, go eat by yourself. Maybe that's what it is. And I'm gonna give you the full blueprint about this at the end of the video. So just stick around for this. Like I'm gonna dive deeper into this. Okay. Exercise 101. Do what makes you come back and say, I think I can come back and do this again. Okay. It shouldn't be so fucking miserable. Okay. Even though if you watch my Instagram stories, I'm gonna link it down below. Link I'm a whole lot more active on there. You probably watch my stories and just think like, damn, this guy's miserable. But I just love suffering, and I find comfort in it. Running, going to the gym, running after my 14-hour shifts. Like I just find some comfort in it. You have to learn how to you have to suffer, bro. You have to be okay with suffering here and there. But for the most part, you should be sticking to something that makes you feel like you could do it forever. Okay, weight training, bro. I get it. You might be busy with your job, with your kids, with your wife, whatever is in the way. If I promise you, like I guarantee, like I know anybody could go to the gym for 4 hours a week. That's all you need. That's all you need to check off like the muscle building like checklist. That's all you need. Because if you hit every muscle group twice per week, you do a upper lower, no, upper lower, maybe a recovery run, so a rest day from the gym, and then after that, upper lower, and then these days, maybe you could do optional runs. This is literally what I'm doing right now. I'm literally showing you guys what I'm doing. Okay, if you do this, you train twice per week. every muscle group twice per week. So you'll be in the gym, 4 times. My workouts usually last an hour. And then, maybe on the rest days, have like little recovery runs, little light runs to get your cardio in. Like that's all you need. Anyone has time for that, bro. So there's no more excuses of I don't have time. 4 hours a week. That's nothing, bro. That's literally nothing. Okay. Show up on the days that you actually have time for the gym with the intention of getting the most out of that hour, bro. Like, why even waste your time? If you're gonna show up and sacrifice time away from your job, your family, your girl, your wife, your kids, why not actually put your all into that fucking like workout, bro? You have to, like I said right here, or like it says right here, reveal the L's. This is when you get fucking mad at your situation and you bring out all the pain, everything that's going on in your life, and you push it, you use it to like fucking push yourself, no matter if you're feeling tired after a long ass day of work or whatever it may be, just dealing with shit. That's when you let it all out on the weight room so you could fucking push that weight up and build some serious muscle. Okay. Cardio slash running. A good rule of thumb for cardio is at least setting a daily step goal of 10,000 steps. This helps you keep, this helps, like if you get 10,000 steps every single day, this just keeps it like baseline, like measurable. You could always look back at this data, and maybe if you're not losing weight, you could just change your steps up. But I would also recommend doing like at least 3 to 4 times, like actually doing cardio that's not just steps. Like I like to run. You could do the stairmaster, you could rollerblade, whatever it gets you to get hot and sweaty, just do it. Okay, just do it and stick to it. But I really like running because it has a lot of benefits. It's just not burning calories, but it's just like refortifying my mind every time I run. I don't want to keep running, but I force myself to keep running. It's like something that I always look forward to because I'm getting better at it. I'm always looking to get faster. I'm always looking to work on my breathing. It's just something to get better at. And I just feel like it's a cheat code because, I feel like running is a really good way of manifesting things into your life, because while I'm running, I'm just thinking about like my future. I'm thinking about who I want to be in the future. I'm thinking about some hard shit. I'm just pulling out everything in my mind so I can keep running. So I really recommend it. Now the fun part, bro. Okay, this is what you've been waiting for. Hopefully, after the 6 day lock in, I recommend is like this is what I do. You could wake up early Saturday, do some cardio. Maybe you could do a lift if you want, and fast all day until like you go out, have some drinks. Maybe you go out to a restaurant, you go out to a party, and really enjoy yourself, bro. But it's very important that you wake up early and you do this some cardio. I like to go on a run, or maybe sometimes I go to the gym, hit some arms, and I use the food that I eat later to just replenish and just use it towards hopefully rebuilding my arms even bigger and stronger with all that those extra calories. But keep in mind, bro, you're supposed to like still eat mindfully and still be like, okay, I'm gonna try to stay under my caloric goal. And that's the whole point of you fasting all day, so that you can have a little bit more leeway and just enjoy yourself. This is not a cheat day. Don't eat shit just because you want to eat it, just because like, oh, it's my free day. Eat things that you actually want to eat, like that you're actually craving. Okay, because if once you start eating things just to eat them, just to be like, okay, I can eat this today because it's my cheat day, that's where you start fucking up. So please do not do that. And like I said, it's not a cheat day. It's just for you to feel like you're a normal person at least one day out of the week, and you could enjoy life. That's what I like to do. Be very careful to not self-sabotage your progress from all week. Remember, you are responsible for everything that you consume. With that being said, still eat mindfully, accounting for your calories, bro. Everything is your fault. If you binge eat, that's on you. This is gonna take practice. It's gonna take you, fucking sharpening this skill. You may not get it down the first time, but I promise you, when you get it down, it feels like you just broke the chain from the dieting world. And it's just the best thing. Sorry, I hit the mic right there. It's just the best thing ever. Okay, Sunday reset. So after you wake up, this is what I do. After you wake up from like your Saturday night out, try to wake up as early as you can. Still try to get some good rest. I'm usually sleep deprived Monday through Friday because I work so much. I'm only getting like 4 hours of sleep. So the weekends is when I try to get like at least 8 hours of sleep and just try to catch up on some sleep. If not, I'm gonna fucking go crazy. I like to wake up early on Sundays, and obviously I'm feeling like a little. I don't really drink, but sometimes if I do have some drinks, I'll feel a little bit hungover. If I have like some junk food, I'll probably feel a little bloated, but I'll be fine because I knew I stayed in my caloric deficit for the most part, or just ate at my maintenance calories. And all I do is to just kind of reset my mind and just get back into that mode. It's like a on and off switch, okay? I go on a run. Simply, Sundays are usually when I do my long runs. I'm not saying you have to do like a long ass run, but I really do recommend it. It makes you feel amazing. After just running, you sweat all the toxins out, you sweat all the food out, you just feel like you just de-bloat yourself, and it just feels like you. It's just a reminder that like, okay, we're in this shit, and like it feels good. It just feels good to wake up and go on a run, bro. It feels like you're accomplishing something because you are. It's really hard to do that. Not everyone could do that, and it is very important that you do not restrict yourself from eating the next day. Like the next day, like Sunday, when the Sunday reset, bro, it's okay to eat. Like, do not try to over restrict yourself and be like, oh, I ate like shit yesterday, so like I don't deserve to eat. And meanwhile, you're over here starving. That's when you start to build a fucked up relationship with food. Just go back to your regular diet, bro. You may not be as hungry as you usually are because you had like something new in your body. If you're not hungry to eat, then it's fine. Don't eat all the meals that you usually eat. But if you're hungry, it's okay to go back onto your regular diet, bro. Like nothing's it's not gonna be that bad because like I said, if you did it right, your Saturday, it shouldn't have been a binge it shouldn't have been a binge eating episode. It should have been like just like a balance, like let me just be normal. Like I'm just gonna be responsible about this and yeah, bro. But that's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, go follow my Instagram. My Instagram, I'll link it down below. I'm a whole lot more active on there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope you learned something from this video.